The classroom went silent the moment the fabric tore, not because it was loud, and not because anyone screamed. It went silent because a little girl stood frozen in front of the room, eyes wide, hands shaking, while the teacher's voice echoed in the air sharp, cold, and unmistakably cruel. "I told you this outfit was inappropriate." The girl didn't cry. That's what broke everyone. She just looked down at her dress, then back up at the teacher, trying to understand how answering a math question wrong had turned into this. And that's when the door behind the classroom slowly opened. Before the story continues, if moments of truth, justice, and courage matter to you, tap like, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. Stories like this don't just entertain, they remind us who we're supposed to be. Her name was Amara Johnson. She was 9 years old, loved science, and wore that blue dress because her mother said it made her look confident. It wasn't new. It wasn't flashy. It was just clean, pressed, and paired with shoes she'd outgrown. Sledded but insisted on wearing anyway. Her teacher, Miss Harlan, had never liked her. It started small, correcting Amara more harshly than others, questioning her answers even when they were right, calling her distracting for things other kids were praised for. Amara didn't understand why her hands stopped being called on. She only knew that every day, school felt heavier. That morning, Miss Harlan had stopped the lesson mid-sentence and stared at Amara. "Stand up," she said. Amara obeyed, heart pounding. "This dress violates classroom standards," the teacher said loudly. "We will not have disruptions." Amara whispered, "My mom said it was okay." That's when the teacher reached out, not to guide, not to correct, but to humiliate. The fabric tore at the seam. Gasps filled the room. Amara froze, her face burning, her world collapsing in on itself. And then the door opened. A man stepped inside quietly. Dark suit, calm, posturi, eyes that missed nothing. Ms. Harlan turned, irritated. "This is a classroom. You can't just..." She stopped mid-sentence when she saw his face, because she recognized him. Everyone in the district did. "Good morning," the man said evenly. "I'm here for my daughter." Amara looked up. "Daddy." The man crossed the room in 3 steady steps, then knelt in front of her, taking off his jacket and gently wrapping it around her shoulders. His voice never rose, never shook. "Are you hurt?" he asked. She shook her head, tears finally spilling. Behind him, the principal stood frozen in the doorway, having followed the visitor in, already sensing disaster. Miss Harlan's lips parted, but no words came out. The man stood slowly and turned to face her. "My name is Marcus Johnson," he said. "I'm a federal judge." The room felt like it lost oxygen, and what I just witnessed, he continued, was the unlawful, discriminatory humiliation of a minor child. Miss Harlan stammered. I was enforcing rules." "There is no rule," Judge Johnson said calmly, "that allows you to touch my child." Silence, not the awkward kind. The final kind. The principal intervened immediately, ushering students out. Parents were called. District officials arrived. Statements were taken. But this wasn't tea about revenge. It was about truth. Over the following days, more stories surfaced. Other parents, other children, patterns no one wanted to see until now. Miss Harlan was placed on leave pending investigation, and Amara, she didn't want to go back to school until her father walked her in himself the following Monday, hand in hand. They stood in front of a new class, a new teacher, and a new principal who knelt to Amara's eye level and said, "You belong here." Months later, the district implemented mandatory bias training. Policies changed. Accountability followed, but the real twist, the moment no one expected, came during a school assembly. Amara was called to the stage, not to relive what happened, but to receive an award for courage, for speaking up, for reminding adults that power without compassion is just cruelty wearing a title. Judge Johnson watched from the audience, not as a judge but as a father, wiping his eyes. And when Amara stepped down, she whispered, "Daddy, I wasn't scared anymore. That is se wenekne. Justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet child standing tall and the world finally listening. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe, and comment your city below. Someone watching right now needs to know they're not alone. And remember this, true authority isn't about control. It's about protecting those who can't protect themselves until they learn they can. Thanks for watching.